Hey everyone, and welcome to my tutorial on how to make an origami dragon. In order to make the dragon, we first need to make the bird base, which is something that I go over in my crane tutorial that you can find in my origami playlist on my channel. I will go over how to make the bird base in this video also. However, I do recommend that you check out my crane tutorial if you'd like to learn how to make the Japanese crane. What you're going to need for this tutorial is a plain sheet of printer paper, and scissors are going to be optional. Once you have those items, you're ready to begin. So we first need to have a piece of square paper. So what you do with printer paper is you take the corner and you line this edge up with this edge by folding this corner down here. Then you make a crease and you cut off the excess paper. Okay, so now we need to fold the paper in half by taking the top edge and aligning it with the bottom edge. Make a crease, open the paper, and then we're going to fold it in half going the other way. Again, take the top edge, bring it down to the bottom edge, make sure it's lined up good, and then you make another crease. So now you should have a piece of paper with a cross in it and a diagonal line. So take the paper and fold it on the diagonal line, and just make sure that it's flat. Put the paper down on a hard surface or a tabletop, and what you want to do now is you want to lift up the first layer, and we're going to tuck this corner down where my thumb is. And it should go on those folds which you just made. Then you could flatten it out. Do the same for the other side. So lift up this first layer, tuck the corner in like that, and just flatten everything out on the folds that you made previously. What we're going to do next is to work on what's known as the petal fold, which is the final fold that we're going to do in order to get the bird base. So to make things a little bit easier to see on camera, I've drawn a vertical line from one end here to the other bottom end. So what we want to do next is we want to take one of these layers and we want to line up this edge here onto that line. And then we crease. So you should have something that looks like that. Then you want to do the same thing with the remaining three flaps. Now that we have something that looks like a kite, what we want to do is to take the top of the kite and we want to fold the corner down onto the top of these folds here. So if you picture this as a line, you want to fold the corner directly on that line just like that. And then we're just going to fold it the other way also. Alright, what that does is it just helps you do the petal fold, make it a little bit easier. So put the model again on a hard flat surface, open these flaps which we previously folded in, and then what we're going to do, we're going to lift this top sheet, this top corner, and we're going to pull it upwards. And what we want to do is we want to push it outward so that these ends, these corners here, start to go towards the center of the model. And you might have to push a little on these folds which we previously made. So you should have something like that, and what you want to do is just make sure that the structure is completely flat. Flip it over and do the same. And there you go, you have the bird base. Okay, so now that you have your bird base, you want to take these two top points and you want to hold one in each hand, and you want to pull on them until the top of that structure goes flat. So now you'll see that the top of it is flat, and then what you do is just flip it over and put it down like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just flatten these two triangle structures that are sticking up. So what you do is you just take your thumbs and you kind of push in on the middle of this like this. And you want to just squash it completely flat. Just like that. Turn it around and do the same thing for this side. So just push in on it like that. And then just press down. And then what you want to do, so you should have something like this. Then what you want to do is you want to just take these two and just flatten them to the right side. And push down. Make sure everything is flat. And you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so you want to hold the model like this with these two arms facing downward this way. Then what you do is you flip the model over completely. Now as you'll see, I drew another line that indicates where the center of the model is. What you want to do is you want to take this edge here and you want to align it on this line that I have drawn. And then you make a crease. Do the same for the other side. So now you should have something that looks like this. Now what you want to do is you want to push down on the middle of this and you want to fold it in half completely. So take the model now, and you should see there is kind of a fold going this way. If you crease it down, you should see it. What you want to do is you just want to make a fold on that line. So just crease it pretty good. Turn it around and do the same for this side. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to open the middle of this and we want to lift this piece up into the middle. So it's like this. You want to lift this piece and it should go on that fold. And then all you have to do is just flatten it out just like that. Okay, so this is going to be the head of the dragon and this is going to be the tail. What we want to do is we want to open this front part. And we want to take these edges here and we want to fold them down onto the middle line. Just like that, and do the same for the left side. Once you have done that, you want to just close it back up by putting these ends back together. And then you want to make sure everything's flat. Draw a line like this on the neck part of your model. Right about there, and what you're going to do is we're just going to fold on that line. Something just like that. Then you can lift it back up and we open it. We want to just push this part down on that fold that we just made. And then you want to close the top of it by just pinching it. And you want to make sure everything is flat. Then what you want to do is you want to just open this top part and you want to fold right about here. So you want to fold it like that, and then you want to just pinch the top of it again closed. And then you can lift up this horn here if you want. So now we have formed the head. To do the neck, what we do is we just fold the head down like that. And then we can open it up and we're just going to kind of squeeze it down there like that. Now what you want to do is you want to take these arms and you want to fold them straight down so that this is vertical. Do the same for the other side. Okay, so to do the tail, if you look at the model, you should see a vertical line that is on the body of the dragon. What you want to do is you want to take this bottom edge of the tail and you want to fold it on that line that's right about there. Take it and you fold it up just like that. Then what you want to do with the top is you want to just fold it so that this part is horizontal, right about halfway, just like that. So at 90-degree angles. We fold this directly up, then we fold this to the right at 90-degree angles. Then you could just unfold it, and what we're going to do is just open the tail, and we're going to push it up like that, just like we did for the head, on that fold. And then you just flatten everything out. Now that we have the other fold there, what we do is we just open the center of this, again push it down on that fold, so you should have something like that, and then you could fold it just once more directly upwards. Do the same thing. You don't have to be too neat about it. Something like that. Then all we have to do is to fold the arms by taking it and folding it towards the center of the body upwards that way. And you want to fold it just like that so that this edge actually is on the bottom of the body, right about there. Do the same thing for the other side. Fold it up, and this bottom edge here should be on the bottom of the body here. Just like that. And then you just fold it down. And then you could just fold these straight down like that at 90-degree angles. And what you do is you just pull on the arms a little bit, and you can open the tail, and there you go. You have an origami dragon.